Welcome back to the Late Show with 10 Minutes with Nick. Hi, I'm Nick. This is 10 Minutes with Nick. Much later than we usually do it today, just till right now. And I have 10 minutes to talk, and so we're going to do that. What am I going to talk about? The slings and arrows of outrageous fortune. Or in a sea of blah, blah, blah. Whatever. What we're going to talk about today is kind of the fake tough guy-ness of the internet, of the thousands and thousands of Instagram bros, the guys like me who have a microphone who just start yapping and yapping and yapping and yapping and yapping. I'm going to ask them a series of questions. First question. Fellas, are you okay? Like, fellas in general, are you okay? Because from what I've seen on the interwebs, you're not. Like, not okay. Now, don't get me wrong, the ladies aren't much better, but I don't really have a platform that can connect with the ladies because I just don't get the journey of women. I'm not part of it, never walked it. I certainly would love to give advice, but there's, to give advice, you really, unless you want to just give absolutely unqualified advice, you really have to, have a basis from which to give the advice. And I don't have it. I don't have that basis. I wish I did, but I don't. So, instead, I'm going to give advice to the guys. And guys, are we okay? Because a lot of the content I see is just really personal attacks on people you don't know at all. Like, if you have an account that is a random string of letters and numbers and you don't have a profile picture, number one, you're probably a porn bot and you should be disregarded anyway. Number two, why are you randomly calling women whores on Twitter? Why are you doing that? Don't do that. It's not nice. It's not effective. I don't even know what you would be trying to, I don't know what you're trying to accomplish with that or what you think you will accomplish, but you won't. You won't accomplish what you're thinking you're going to accomplish. Plus, let's impute the best possible intentions to you calling somebody a lady of the night. Let's impute the best of possible intentions to you and that you somehow got your hands on a Bible, you read it, and you're like, righteous judgment. That's my thing. First of all, it's not. Second of all, let's impute that to you. How is that righteous judgment? What effect is that having? Righteous judgment is based in wisdom. It is the wisdom and having the wisdom and the basis to say to somebody, I think you're walking down a bad path. I want to help you. You shouldn't walk down that path. Telling a girl on the internet who posted a picture of herself at a baseball game, or a girl on the internet who gave a sports opinion, that she's being a bit of a lady of the night, that's not it. That's not the righteous judgment you think it is. It's not. It's judgy, for sure. You got the judgment part. I mean, you got the judgment part down. Like, you got that judgment thing rocking and rolling. Like, you ain't discerning crap. Like, discernment is wisdom, but you're judging that. Like, if your goal was simply just to lay judgment on somebody, rock and roll. You did a great job with that. The righteous aspect of it is perhaps the thing, my hypothetical straw man guy, you need to work on. Now, here's the thing, and people need to make sure they hear me on this. You are not prevented from judging based on the fact that you are not a perfect person. Nobody's perfect. Literally, nobody is perfect. Discerning truly righteous judgment, though, is something that reaches out, and instead of saying you're a bad person, you shouldn't have done that, it reaches out and says, hey, I don't think you should go down this path. I can explain that to you and I can help you walk a better. Truly, I mean, Jesus came and gave righteous judgment. And so, number one, if you're going to read the Bible and say, like, you should follow examples from it, you should probably follow the example of the guy who sort of perfected the whole being a good person thing. Jesus, for sure, righteously judged. I mean, he went into the temple and he flipped tables and he told the money counters to get out. He didn't tell them to get out because they were money counters, though. That wasn't what he was saying. He didn't tell them to get out because they were selling products. He said, "You're selling products in my Father's house." You know, if you watch the Jesus Christ Superstar version, he says, "My temple should be a house of prayer, and you've turned it into a den of thieves." The point there being that in a house of worship, why are you doing these other things? There's a time and a place for those things. Jesus even said, and again, this next coming phrase is, it's in a bit of specific context where he's trying to, or he's not trying, he's telling the Pharisees what they should and should not worry themselves with. But he says, he holds up a Roman coin and he says, "Whose face is on this coin? It is Caesar's. Well, give unto Caesar what is Caesar's and give unto God what is God's." And the Pharisees were playing one of their word games with him, trying to trick him. But the point is, the point there is that he was, again, righteously judging them. Stop messing around with things that don't give unto God what is God's. And here's the really, truly special part of that. Technically, everything is God's, right? Everything belongs to God. Everything belongs to the Lord. So the point there is, like, stop trying to make these ridiculous, weird stop trying to make these weird partitions. Just rock and roll and stop trying to righteously judge what you don't understand. Jesus, absolutely, he had the right to righteously judge. But on the internet, when a girl dares to give a sports opinion, that is not the time to call a young lady a lady of the night. That is just rude, frankly, and for some reason you're just trying to diminish her opinion on the sport in question, and I don't know why. So I've really only asked one question so far. Guys, are you all right? My second question is, if you're not all right, how can we get you to be all right? How can we fix this? Because we're headed down a bad path, and I don't like the path we're headed down. And frankly, your bad actions are getting a lot of guys caught up in your smoke, getting caught up in your wake. And yeah, though all guys, myself included, should do a better job of separating ourselves from your ridiculous shenanigans, your internet-based shenanigans. But the truth is, it's partially our fault for not separating ourselves well enough, and it's partially your fault for creating a situation where we're getting swept up in your shenanigans. If you'd like to be a dillweed on your own time, go ahead and do that. You're allowed to be a dillweed. But just be a dillweed to yourself. Don't be a dillweed to other people. Women have opinion on sports. Men have opinion on sports. Everybody can have an opinion on sports. The qualification to be a sports reporter has nothing to do with how long you've played a sport, if you've ever played a sport. You ever looked at Adam Schefter? I mean, do you really think that guy was playing football? Probably not. He probably played a couple pickup games. Maybe he played some high school football. I don't think he played in college. I can look that up, but it's a 10-minute podcast. I'm not going to do that. Most of these great sports reporters are just guys who love the game. And most of the great women who are sports reporters, including, and she just jumps to mind because she was there, you've got Jamie Erdahl, you've got Kay Adams, you've got Mina Kimes, you've got tons of great women sports reporters. And it's because they love the game. Being a sports reporter, there's no requirement for you to have played the sport because sports have rules and you can look up the rules. Anyone can. Plus, you can watch game footage. And being a man does not magically give you the ability to decipher said sports footage. So first question, guys, are you okay? Second question, how do we fix it? The true answer of how do we fix it? Frankly, it's just taking Twitter and Instagram away from you guys. Get out the comments section, go outside, touch grass. And in the future, if you want good ideas on how to go through life, maybe tune in. Thanks for everybody who subscribes. This is The Late Show with Nick. I'm Nick. This is 10 Minutes with Nick. Have a great day.